lesson can you guess? Yes, today we are going to see matter and materials. So last class we saw about which one? Natural fibers. Now we are going to see about synthetic or man-made fibers. Today we are going to discuss about which topic? Synthetic or man-made fibers. Which topic, children? Come on, tell me. Synthetic or what is that? Man-made fibers. So, what is mean by synthetic fibers or man-made fibers? Come on, tell me. What is mean by synthetic fibers or man-made fibers? Synthetic fibers are fibers which is made by human beings, okay, with the help of chemical process. What is mean by synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are fibers that is made by human beings with the help of chemical process. That is called synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. For example, polyester. So everybody know polyester, no children? So this polyester is created from coal and petroleum. So this is a synthetic fiber. Okay, this is made by human beings but with the help of chemical process. So this polyester is a synthetic fiber created from coal and petroleum. So children, there are many synthetic fibers. So shall we see what are the synthetic fibers? Yes, there are many synthetic fibers such as rayon, nylon, acrylic, polyester. What are the different synthetic fibers? Rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. So first one is rayon. How rayon is obtained? It is obtained from wood pulp. And the next one is polyester. How polyester is obtained? It is obtained from coal and petroleum. And then we are going to see about acrylic. Acrylic is obtained from wool. Okay, wool products. And then we are going to see about nylon. Nylon is obtained from silk and wool. Okay, so these are the different sources. Okay, so these are the different synthetic fibers and how it is obtained from. Okay, children. Children, now we are going to see about the uses of synthetic fibers. How this synthetic fibers is useful for us. Okay, so number one, rayon. How rayon is useful for us? Rayon is used to make ropes. So everybody will be having ropes in our house, no? So we will dry our clothes in the rope. So this rope is made up of rayon. And then their tire cords is made up of rayon. You know what is tire cords? A thick part, no? Will be the tire, the upper side. That is called as tire cords. That is made up of rayon. And then caps, cloths and also carpets. Okay, so the carpets is also made up of rayon. So rayon is very much helpful for us. Okay. Children, now we are going to see about nylon. So how this nylon is useful for us? Nylon is used to make fishing nets. So have you used fishing nets for fishing? Yes, that is made by this nylon. Okay, they use nylon to make this fishing nets. And also nylon cloths are there, ropes are there and bristles for brushes. So we brush, no, in that bristles will be there. Okay, which helps to clean our teeth. So that bristles is also made by nylon. So nylon is very much helpful for us. Children, next one is polyester. How this polyester is useful for us? It is used to make conveyor belts and sometimes polyester cloths, and also this polyester is used to make ropes and many things, children. Okay, so next we are going to see acrylic. How this acrylic is useful for us? Acrylic is also a synthetic fiber. This is useful for us to make blankets, shawls and sometimes the sweaters we wear, no? That is also made up of acrylic.
Children, now you can see that classify the following natural fibers: polyester, jute, silk, nylon, cotton, wool, acrylic, rayon. So what you have to do, you have to classify which is a natural fiber and which is a synthetic fibers. So will you do it? Because I have taught you what is a synthetic fiber and natural fibers. So please classify this natural fibers and synthetic fibers. You can note this in your textbook, children.
Now we are going to see about grain. So what is a grain? A grain is a small, hard and dry seed. What is a grain? A grain is a small, hard and dry seed. This grain is covered by a husk. So what does mean by husk? The husk only covers the grain. Okay children, this grain is covered by a husk and the husk encloses the grain. Okay, so what is a grain? A grain is a small, hard, dry seed which is enclosed by a husk. So children, what is the two main commercial type of grain crops? What is that? Number one, cereals and then legumes. So what does mean by cereals? You know what is cereals, children? So which we will take for our breakfast. It is also a type of grain. And legumes, what does mean by legumes? Legumes can be like dal. We eat all types of dals, right? So we'll take with chapatis. So this is called as legumes. These are the two types of grain crops. Wheat, maize, rice, peas, barley. These are the different types of whole grains, children. Okay? Wheat is the most important crop in the world. So you know wheat, no children? We use wheat to make chapatis, puri and all. Okay, so wheat is the most important crop in the world. Why? Because it is rich in vitamins and minerals. Okay, that is why it is very important. Some of the wheat products are, you know very well. What are the wheat products? Cake, bread and then wheat germs. And what does mean by wheat germs, children? It is used as a toppings for fruit pies and also yogurts. For that, this wheat germs is used. Okay. And cracked wheats. What does mean by cracked wheats? Which means it is cut into smaller particles. That is called as a cracked wheats. Okay. So these are the different products from wheat. And the next one is maize. So everybody loves to eat maize, right? So maize is otherwise called as corn, children. So this maize is mostly seen in the parts of Mexico and America. In this part, no, in Mexico and in America, they take maize as a breakfast. Okay, they take it as a food in these parts. So maize is also very, very important. Maize is a rich source of vitamins and minerals. This maize is useful for us for cooking, children. How? Because this maize can be converted into oil, maize oil, and it is useful for us to cook. And also maize, this yellow colored maize promotes good health for our eyes. Okay, so our eyes will be good if we eat maize oil. Corn syrup is used as sweetener instead of sugar. So we all will use sugar, no children, to prepare juice and all. So this corn syrup also can be used instead of sugar. Okay, so the maize is also very, very important for us, and it really gives good health. Okay, so start eating maize. So like to eat maize. And some of the maize products are sweet corn. Everybody loves sweet corn, right? So sweet corn is also a product of maize. And also, what is the other products of maize? Can you answer? Anybody? So tortilla chips. Have anyone ate tortilla chips? It will be like nachos. That is also a product that is prepared from maize. There are many maize products. Next, we are going to see about rice. Rice is very, very, very important, children, because we all love to eat rice. Okay, so the 90% of the world's rice population is in Asia. So we are living in this country, right? Asiatic continent. So this 90% of the world's rice population is in Asia. So rice is very important, and in this rice there is a brown rice and white rice. So comparing this brown rice and white rice, brown rice is much healthier. It is healthier than the white rice. Okay children, brown rice is healthier than the white rice. And then some of the rice products, you know very well what is the rice products. We eat rice idli, and then we eat flattened rice. What is that? Aval. We like aval, no? So many rice products are there. Idli, dosa, and then aval, and many things are there, right? So these are the rice products. Next we are going to see about millets. So what is millets, children? Millets are a group of small seeded grass. It will be very small. Okay. So millets are very small and it is a small seeded grass. So we eat millets, right? If you eat millets now, you can lose your weight. Actually, if you're too fat, you can become very slim if you eat this millets. So there are different types of millets and it is grown widely all around the world. Now we can see what are the different types of millets. The different types of millets are sorghum. What is the first one? Sorghum. And the second one is pearl millet. What is that? Pearl millet. Sorghum, pearl millet, finger millet. What is that? Finger millet. And then foxtail millet. What is that? Foxtail millet. And the next one is barnyard millet. What is that? Barnyard millet. Next, kodo millet. What is that? Kodo millet. Barnyard millet. Kodo millet. And little millet. So what is that? Barnyard millet. Kodo millet. And little millet. These are the different types of millets. Household goods. What is mean by household goods? The goods that is found in our house permanently is called as household goods. What is that, children? The goods that are found in our house permanently is called as household goods. It can be a kitchenware or it can be a cloth, towel, beddings. It can be anything that is found in our house. That is called as what? Household goods. These are the household goods used in our olden days, children. Just have a glance. Wall clock, gramophone, radio, television, everything is there. These were the household goods used in our olden days. And these are the household goods used in the modern days. You know what we use, right? Refrigerators, washing machine, micro oven, many things are there that we use in our modern days. That is this 21st century. Sinking and floating. What is mean by sinking and floating, children? The objects will sink. Some objects will float. So we are going to find which objects will sink and which objects will float. It will depend on the density. Okay. So some objects if you throw into the water, it will sink. And some objects if you put it into the water, it will float. So we are going to find out which will sink and which will float.
Sinking and floating. So you could have seen that some objects float in water while others will sink. When an object floats or sinks, it is determined by its density. Okay children, by the weight. So when an object is immersed into a liquid, the liquid exerts an upward thrust. Okay, so if you put a sponge ball into the water, what will happen? The liquid will exert an upward force and that the ball will come up. It will not sink. Okay, it is known as upthrust. What is mean by upthrust? When an object is immersed into a liquid, the liquid exerts an upward force on the object. So, now you try this, children. What happens if you put a coin and an empty water bottle into the water? the weight of the coin is greater than the upthrust. Okay, so the coin will sink, but it is less in the empty water bottle. So the empty water bottle will float. Okay, so you can try this, children. Activity 3. So take water in a bucket and drop the following items. What is that? Apple, scissors, silver fork, marbles, and plastic ball. So you can drop this into the water and you can find out whether it will float or sink. So you can observe this and note it down in your rough note, children. Will you try this? Take a water in a bucket and drop apple, scissors, silver fork, marbles, plastic ball, and you check whether it will float or sink. So children, look at this video. This boy is dropping stone. It sinks. Then marbles, that also sinks. Then coin, that also sinks. So you can watch here. It depends on the density. So it sinks. It has higher density, so it sinks. So now he is dropping a sponge ball. It is floating. Water bottle, it is floating. Then balloon, that is also floating. So this also depends on the density. So here it has lesser density, so it floats. Okay, now you understood, children?
Solubility of solids in water. So suppose if we drop any particles, solid particles into the water, we can find whether it is dissolving or not dissolving. So we are going to find out whether it is soluble or insoluble. So how will you find this, whether it is soluble or insoluble? First, if the particles dissolve in the water, it is soluble. If the particles do not dissolve into the water, that is insoluble.
Soluble and insoluble materials. So you can watch this video, children. So here is a salt, sugar and sand. So we are going to mix this. So first I am going to take salt. Okay, so take a pinch of salt and mix it well. So the salt completely dissolves in water. Similarly, we are going to take sugar and mix it well. The sugar also completely dissolves. And then finally sand. We are going to mix the sand. The sand cannot mix, so it settles at the bottom. So it is insoluble. So substance that dissolve in water are called soluble materials. Okay, children? Substance that do not dissolve in water is called insoluble materials. So you can do this activity at your home, children.
What is mean by mixing, children? So the substance with certain chemical properties will mix together. The substance without certain chemical properties will not mix. Okay, so now we are going to see about mixing. How the particles will mix with water, we are going to see.
And the next one is mixing. Certain liquids are heavier than the other liquids, which means the density, children. Here they are comparing the density. When you attempt to mix liquids which have different densities, they separate when you stop mixing them. So when you mix them, such particles will be separated from them. So it will not mix. The heavier liquids deposits at the bottom and the lighter liquids floats on the top. So now what we can do, you can try this at your home, children. Activity 5. Collect samples of coconut oil, kerosene, mustard oil, lemon juice and vinegar. Take 5 test tubes, fill them up to off with water. Add a spoonful of one liquid to this and stir it well. So now you can take first lemon juice and stir it well. Okay, then you can try this with the vinegar and then mustard oil, coconut oil and kerosene. So will you find this, children? Which will mix with the water and which does not mix? You have to find out, that is which is soluble and which is insoluble. This is a small recap for you, children. So in today's class we saw about synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. So what are all the synthetic fibers? Rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. So we saw about the uses of synthetic fibers and also about grains we saw. So what are all the different types of grains such as wheat, maize, rice, millets. So we saw about this. And household goods, the household goods that is used in the olden days and the household goods used in the modern days. Then we saw about sinking and floatings. So what are all the objects that will sink and the objects that will float we saw. And then we saw about the solubility of solids in water. How the solids, different types of solids dissolve in water we saw, such as salt, sugar, sand we saw, no children. And mixing, finally mixing we saw. So how the different types of liquids mix together, such as lemon juice, vinegar, oil. So we saw this, how it is mixing. So this is the recap children. I hope everybody understood today's class. Okay. So thank you children. Have a nice day. Stay safe at home. Bye bye.